abandoned McDonald's on Route 44 had been dead since 2009. The golden arches were brown with rust, one of them broken and hanging like a snapped bone. Rain came through the roof in steady silver lines and dripped into the ball pit, turning the plastic spheres green and furry with mold. The air inside was thick, wet, and smelled of spoiled meat and birthday cake left too long in the sun. Jake, Sarah, Mike, and Kelsey came at 12:47 a.m. with flashlights and cheap vodka. They were 19, drunk on boredom more than alcohol. The front doors were chained, but the padlock was so old it snapped with one kick. The chains fell away like dead skin. Inside, the floor crackled under their shoes. Old fries had fused into black glass. The cash registers hung open, tongues of receipt paper hanging out. The play place loomed in the far corner, red, yellow, and blue tubes twisting up into darkness like the intestines of some plastic giant. They had heard the stories. Kids who crawled in and never crawled out. Police who found only shoes. Everyone called it an urban legend. Tonight they wanted proof. Jake went first. The entrance tunnel was smaller than he remembered from childhood. His shoulders scraped both walls. The plastic was warm, almost feverish. Every few feet he passed a smear that looked like dried ketchup but smelled coppery. His flashlight beam shook. Something dripped ahead. Plop, plop, plop. Too regular to be water. Halfway in, the tunnel narrowed again. His belt buckle scraped. Behind him, Sarah whispered, "It's too quiet." Then the flashlight died. Total black. Jake smelled raw hamburger and milk gone bad. Something breathed on the back of his neck, slow and wet. He tried to back out. The tunnel behind him had closed. The plastic walls pressed closer, pulsing like a throat swallowing. A soft, rubbery hand touched his cheek. It had tiny suckers that popped when they let go. Another hand grabbed his ankle. It dragged him forward so fast his fingernails broke against the plastic. Sarah heard the first scream. It was wet, cut off suddenly, like someone shoved a burger in Jake's mouth to shut him up. She turned to run, but the tunnel entrance had sealed. The walls throbbed. The colorful balls in the pit below rose and fell in slow waves, as if something huge breathed underneath them. Mike and Kelsey were still in the main room when the lights inside the play place flickered on by themselves. Red emergency bulbs. The giant Ronald McDonald statue on the ceiling opened its eyes. Real eyes, wet and hungry. Its painted smile stretched wider, splitting the fiberglass cheeks. White fluid leaked from the corners. Mike ran for the exit. The front doors were gone. Just smooth wall where doors had been minutes ago. Kelsey dropped her phone. The screen showed 47 missed calls from her mom, all dated tomorrow. Inside the tubes, Sarah crawled blind. Something slithered past her in the dark, leaving a trail of warm slime. It giggled the way Ronald used to on TV commercials, but deeper, older, full of meat. She found Jake's flashlight. It still worked. She wished it didn't. Jake was stuck halfway through a vertical tube, arms pinned. His shirt was gone. His skin was covered in round purple bruises, the exact size of the ball pit balls. The bruises opened like mouths and sucked at the air. His eyes were milk white. When he saw Sarah, he smiled with too many teeth and whispered, "I'm loving it," in a voice that was not his. The tube started filling with liquid. Thick, pink, warm. It smelled like milkshake mixed with blood. Sarah tried to climb higher. The plastic softened, became gummy, stuck to her palms. Something huge moved beneath her, pushing upward. The whole play place groaned like it was waking up. Kelsey lasted longest outside. She watched the tubes bulge and ripple. Wet handprints appeared on the inside of the clear sections, pressing out, sliding down, leaving red streaks. The ball pit erupted. Thousands of plastic balls shot into the air and hung there, spinning slowly. Each one had a tiny human face pressed inside, mouths open in silent screams. Then the balls dropped all at once. When the dust settled, the play place was quiet again. Clean. The tubes shone like new. The ball pit was full of perfect red, blue, and yellow spheres. No bodies, no blood. Only 4 new balls floated on top, slightly larger, slightly warmer. If you picked one up and held it to your ear, you could hear faint playground laughter. and chewing. Hook. The very next weekend, every abandoned McDonald's in the country turned its PlayPlace lights on at exactly 12:47 a.m. Satellite photos showed full ball pits in buildings that had been gutted years ago. And in every single one, 4 warm balls waited on top for new friends who never came home again.